Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. It's September the 18th. Happy to have you here for the Fast Friday Facts. On Thursday evening, September the 17th, the Garrett County Board of Education approved the return to in-person learning for the students who had previously selected in-person learning. And in my opinion, that's some really good news. After 6.5 months, the Garrett County schools will open for students to return. I know we've talked about this since June, and now we're able to say that we will be returning. So lots of information to share, so let's touch on a couple of things today. First, when do we return? Well, if you have a child who is in kindergarten, 6th grade, or 9th grade, schools will reopen for you on Tuesday, September the 29th. We want to allow those students who are new to the building a day of transition. This is also a form of a soft reopening, and by allowing these three groups to return, each building will have a chance to welcome their newest students and at the same time review the procedures, the processes, and the protocols that we've put into place for in-person learning. If we see an opportunity to refine or to improve a procedure, a process, or a protocol, then we can learn that during this limited opening. We believe that we're solid, but a review is always a good thing. We'll run a regular bus schedule that day just like we normally would, and we'll operate on a full day schedule for those who would be coming in on the 29th. Each school will be able to provide some specific information for you if you have any questions. Then, on Wednesday, September the 30th, we'll return to in-person learning for all the students who previously selected in-person learning. We'll do that at Garrett Middle School, Camp Dick Robinson, Lancaster Elementary, and Paint Lick Elementary. It'll be a normal day. We'll use our school start times and our dismissal times. We'll run buses to and from school, and we'll serve lunch just like we normally would on any former day. Students who are returning to in-person will be expected to adhere to the Healthy at School guidelines as well as any expectations set by the Garrett County schools. This will include the temperature checks, masking while on buses, and while in our buildings. We'll continue to share information leading up to the opening. Some may come from us at the district level, and some may come from your specific schools. Then Thursday and Friday of that week, it will be the same schedule that you just experienced on Wednesday for our 4 schools that we mentioned earlier. Now, having only mentioned 4, there's a 5th school. So Garrett County High School will be operating differently. GCHS is the largest and the most crowded building in the district, and it also, by the nature of being a high school, has as much or more student movement and more student interactions across classes than any of our other schools. So to help mitigate any potential spread of the COVID-19 virus and to help improve our opportunity to remain in in-person learning, GCHS has decided to implement a red-gold schedule. For some of you, you may recognize that as an AB schedule. So when we talk red-gold, it's the same as the concept of an AB. This schedule divides the students who are returning to in-person learning into 2 fairly even groups, a red group and a gold group. When the red group is attending school in person, the gold group will be joining instruction from home. When the gold group is in person, the red group is joining from home. Both groups will be receiving instruction simultaneously and will be utilizing their Chromebooks at school and at home. By utilizing this process, the high school will continue to offer the same classes to students that they're currently enrolled in. At the same time, the high school will reduce the number of students moving through the high school on any given day. This reduction is intentional, and it's intended to help keep GCHS and the rest of Garrett County as free of the spread of the COVID-19 virus as possible. GCHS will be developing and sharing the red-gold structure with high school students and parents as soon as they've finalized it. GCHS will have one group attend on Wednesday, September the 30th, and the other group on Thursday, October the 1st. And to keep things even, both groups will be virtual on Friday, October the 2nd. The following week will be the week of fall break, and we're going to utilize fall break to make any adjustments necessary for any of our schools or for the district as a whole. Students who've previously selected interactive distance learning will remain on that pathway. If there's a student out there who has selected interactive distance learning who'd like to request to move to in-person learning, you'll be able to submit a request to your school. Now, the earliest a student may move from interactive distance learning to in-person will be at the end of the school's grading period. And today doesn't cover all the questions that you have, but it does cover a couple of important things when we're returning, and a reminder of the need for us to adhere to the healthy at school expectations of masking, temperature checks, and so on. Next week, we'll be finalizing our preparation for students, and we're planning to provide as safe an environment as possible that allows us to continue to educate your child. Many districts have returned, and I've heard from many superintendents that this can be done successfully when everyone adheres to the plans in place. There are schools that have had cases since returning, and they've been able to deal successfully with them because they've adhered to those plans. We're going to continue to share information with you. We'll continue to provide updates, and again, those may come from us or those may come from your school. I appreciate you joining today. Look forward to sharing more information with you next week and for the information that's going to be coming to you from our schools. Hope you have a great weekend. Look forward to talking to you next week.